It is April 1st, 2022. I just got done doing a little shakeout walk with the dogs. You can see one. It's old Charlotte. Stevie Wonder is behind me somewhere, breathing very heavily. You can probably hear the panting. Maybe you can't. Um, in less than 48 hours, I will be finished with the Go St. Louis Marathon, a race that I have been training for 18 weeks. And, oh, there he is. 18 weeks. If I had hit every single run, that is 106 running days, because my off days are Sunday. Now, I did get COVID in the middle of it and wasn't able to run for 4 days in a row. And then I will say, some of the runs after, at least for the next few weeks after COVID, were pretty hard, or at least harder than they were prior to COVID. Now, thankfully, I was, what I guess you would say, a mild case. 2 days were pretty bad. But other than that, it's been a pretty successful 18 weeks. But I am so nervous. Like, so nervous. And probably for the past week, you put a lot. Marathon running is weird, especially in my case. I am trying to run another Boston qualifying time, and it's hard. You know, you spend a lot of time preparing. Um, I didn't start running 18 weeks ago. I've been running for a very long time, since I was a kid, and then grew up, didn't run for a while, and then really started again around 2008 and managed to qualify for my first Boston Marathon in, I think it was 20, oh, this is terrible, probably 2011? No, I think it was, no. It was 2012 was the first time I ran it. And then I didn't run it in 2013. Honestly, very fortunate for that, because of the horrific bombing. And then I did run it in 2014, and then I ran again in 2019. But I wanted to do it again. And you spend a lot of time focused doing so many things other than running. Watching what you eat, trying to stay healthy, trying to do the right things, just trying to take care of yourself, all for one day. Now, I get it. It's not really just one day. If I don't have a great race on Sunday, my fitness is at a level where I can find another race in a few weeks if I really wanted to, and probably try again. Um, so, but it is hard to get past just that feeling of, I did all of this work. I'm nervous. I'm hoping that it's supposed to be, I believe, a little rainy Sunday morning down in St. Louis. The race starts at 7. But that's okay. I don't really mind the rain. Um, but you're just hoping it's not too windy. It's not too cold. Doesn't rain too hard. Um, because you put in 18 weeks, you do 106 runs. You watch your calories. You try not to fall off any curbs or step wrong off the steps or trip over your dog, or all sorts of things. You try to take care of yourself in some ways better than I normally take care of myself. Um, and then it all goes into one day. And for me, it goes into 3 hours. So I start at 7. I hope to be done by 10. If I'm done by 10:10, or a little under 10:10, then I think I've hit my goal. I need to run less than 3 hours and 10 minutes. I'd love to run under 3 hours. I might be able to. I think I can. I believe I can. I'm pretty fit. In this journey, I'm not sure how long ago it was, maybe at the beginning of the year, I stopped eating meat. That doesn't mean I don't eat eggs or fish on occasion and things like that, but I've tried to avoid, most other meat. And I will say, I have managed to keep myself in the 160 to 165 pound range for at least the last 10 weeks of this training cycle. And it has been pretty good. Do I miss a cheeseburger? Yeah, I do. I certainly do miss a cheeseburger. But I think it's a better way for me to live. And everybody's got to do what's right for them. I do believe that. But it's funny. I can be so nervous. And I'm trying not to be a jerk. That's the other thing. I know when I get a few days before a race, I can be a little tight, a little wound up, a little on edge. And I know that about myself. And my wife knows that about me at this point. And honestly, so do my kids. But it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make the short-temperedness or something like that. Otherwise, that kind of behavior is not justified. No one forced me to run the marathon. No one said, you have to do this. It's something that I chose to do because I genuinely love it. There's all sorts of fun things. I got to take a walk today after I did my run this morning, and take these two fools rocking around, which is fun. I got to... No, there you go, buddy. I went to the sporting goods store and got my goos. I got new shoes, which was pretty cool. Not today, but a couple of weeks ago. And I got the most expensive shoes I ever bought in my life. After tax, they were about $159, and they were the Hoka Carbon X, I believe they're called. They're the cheating shoes, the ones with the carbon fiber plate in them that all of the runners are running their fastest times in. But they're legal. They're allowed to race and marathon in. I find it a little disingenuous in general. I think this year in the NCAA indoor track season, typically, or maybe the year before, 32 runners, something like that, male runners, ran under 4 minutes in the mile. This year, 90-some runners ran under 4 minutes in the mile. It's hard for me to believe that huge of an increase is strictly because people are training better. I have to believe that the shoes are a big part of the results. And I'm going to try it. They do feel fast. It's probably like the placebo. I don't really know if they're that much faster. They look cool. They feel fast. They're yellow. I love yellow. I'm sure when I get to start wearing them, because I only wear them when I've been running the past 2 weeks. I don't wear them around other than that. And they are pretty bright, and I'm sure I will have some family members who give me a little bit of the side eye. But they know this is pretty much who I am and my kind of, what do we like to say, serial uniqueness. But it's going to be a good day. I'm very excited. I don't know how many opportunities I will have to continue to be able to put in this level of training to try to run these times. Hopefully, forever. Today I'll take it. I'll just take it. I genuinely appreciate the sacrifices that my wife makes in order for me to do this kind of stuff, that my friends make, that my family makes, knowing that this is an important thing for kind of who I am and how I kind of navigate through life. So Emily, I love you. I genuinely appreciate your kindness and your willingness to put up with me. And to my daughters, Ruby and Alice, you are one of the main reasons why I started doing this again. Um, I don't care if you're proud of me. I just want you to know that you're amazing young women, and I hope that I'm a decent example of kind of marching to the beat of your own drum. I'm hopefully, well, I'll be making another video after the race. Either I'll be crying. Actually, if you asked my wife, she'd say, well, either way, you're going to be crying. Um, Running is an emotional, spiritual part of my life. So this is what I do, part of the Andale Racing Club. Peace.